Tom Waits, Gavin Bryars, cover, or remix even, Jesus' Blood Never Failed Me Yet, and you know it hasn't. So I sing with them that song in less trembly voice, and I didn't sing it out loud, or else the volume's so low you wouldn't have heard it. Proverbs 18:24. Proverbs, yes, little toke of wisdom, early this morning, Monday. Happy Monday, by the way. Happy new week. I hope your Sabbath was restful. Mine was delightful, restful, super good, etc. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. As my dad always says this, to have a friend, you've got to be a friend. And man, I was struggling with this morning, so I was like, man, this seems a little simplistic, right? It sounds like that hymn, what a friend we have in Jesus. And I have not been in a Jesus is my homeboy phase very much as of late. Indeed, I've been kind of drawn into, like, Christ and God as, like, master, as king. I've been learning to, like, be humble before him, bowing down before him, and it's just, like, have not been in my season of, like, hey, buddy, or even just a friend, a best friend. But it called to mind the fact that how friends pass away, and I know some of y'all out there are better than others at maintaining friendships, but I moved a lot as a kid. I think I tracked it once, and I changed schools 11 times before I graduated high school. And so it wasn't terribly tricky for me to make friends all the time. Sometimes I sort of gave up on it, but that wasn't the hard part, but it was maintaining them, because then I would move, and like back in the day, it was like, you're going to write letters, and I would write letters for a while, and inevitably that time would pass away. And so I found myself in the same condition, even when I've been in the same town now for like 10 years. And I still go through the same thing where I'll have these phases where I'll be like, this is my friends I'm hanging out with all the time. And then in 2-3 years, it'll just kind of fall away and change. And I'll kind of try to cling to those friends, and having learned what I've learned from them, and still having love for these people, but just like, you fall out of the routine, and then it's over. And then all of a sudden you're like, have an emptiness, and then it's filled up with this whole other group of friends, and you're learning from them, and you're enjoying that, and just like, I think it's interesting how quickly friendships pass away, even without like full-on destruction of friendships, but just like that they sort of slough off, and you go through these seasons of friendships with different people. And as cliche as it may sound, there is what a friend I have had in Jesus, who has gazed upon me since before I was born, and has kind of walked with me and shepherded me and disciplined me and delighted me and blessed me and healed me since I was at least 7 or 8 years old. And even in that, I've had seasons where I've sort of like stumbled away, sloughed away, and been like, I'll take care of this part of my life, God. Thanks, Jesus. Peace out, buddy. But I've never felt that sense of completion, that sense of just unending delight. And I have never grown bored with the words of Christ, and with, this will sound strange to you who are not enlightened as to this particular thing, the presence of Jesus. Being in his presence, like, delights me the same way as when I first was in his presence. And I think, well, my brain, of course, is always trying to run ahead of my learning, my actual learning. And I think one of the things that today might be helpful with, as I focus on this friendship with Christ, this friendship that shall not die, and no greater love hath one for another than to lay down his life for the other, for his brother. And indeed, he laid down his life for me, so I know he's down with the buddy. But I think I'm here to learn some of the constancy I've been talking about and struggling with, that kind of the Old Testament points to, and it's like an elaborate system of laws about everything, is that God delights to be in fullness of relationship with you. I mean, just like when you're really great friends with somebody, I think, and you're like, it's your new bestie, and you want to be with them all the time, and you want to, like, and you get jealous of the other besties, and you get, and you just want to, like, know everything about them, and everything that they're doing, you kind of want to just be there. Even if you're doing something else, you're like, ooh, I wish I could just be there for a little bit, and just experience that with them, and delight in their presence some more. Likewise, we are to feel that same impetus for all eternity, for our entire walk through this pilgrimage of flesh, as well as all eternity with Christ. And God himself desires that sort of, pardon me, God himself desires that same sort of constancy, uninterrupted phone, with us, and friendship with us. All day long. Let everything you do be a prayer and a joy and a celebration and a nurture and a symbol of the friendship you are in with the best friend you'll ever have. Brendan. Anyway, I think that's what I'm heading towards learning, or hopefully, maybe I'll be completely, if I'm absolutely incorrect, I'll let you know tomorrow. And that's it. Happy Monday. I hope this is helping. If it ever does help in any way, shape, or form, holler at me. Let me know. Could always use the encouragement. Peace and love, my brothers and sisters, my friends. And amen and selah.